What is, surprisingly, safe for human consumption? I'm reading this thread like I'm looking for dinner tips or something. Not gonna lie. I'm quite hungry after reading some of this thread. Balistol. It's a general purpose oil for lubrication and rust protection and can be used for metal, wood, and leather. It's completely safe to drink and it even smells like licorice. I came here for this. My grandma used to feed me this stuff as a home remedy. What illness did you have that required general lubricant as a remedy? I'm genuinely curious. It was supposed to help with basically anything. From a sore throat to constipation. You can eat everything inside of a natural beehive, including the bees. Just don't get stung. Crunchy and spicy. Spicy sky raisins. Dog/cat food. The FDA requires pet food to be human grade because during the Depression, so many desperate people died from eating pet food. Adding, I did not expect this to blow up. I haven't done extensive research on the topic, but I learned about this in a college level history class. Thank you for the awards and upvotes. I love Reddit for the complete randomness that brings everyone together. Also adding, I'm honestly amazed by the amount of people that have a dog/cat food. I never would have guessed. Fun story, back in 1987 I hiked around the Great Smoky Mountains National Park and met a few hikers who recommended carrying a pound or so of dry dog food as emergency rations. The idea was that you would never have otters as a first choice, but if you were that hungry due to miscalculations, you could eat it to get you through to the next stop. Edit, oof, this blew up. Thank you for all the upvotes and the award. Second edit, for those of you asking, why not a pound of human food? The idea is that you have something only for emergencies that you won't want unless it is an emergency. Jerky is actually pretty high value, and at the end of, or during, a day of hiking uphill and down dale, you would totally go ahead and eat it, but with dog food, as in the Terry Pratchett quote below, you look at it and think of literally anything else for food. And a pound or so is an arbitrary amount, just take however much makes sense. Once in a while a guy could break an ankle or otherwise injure yourself, which makes it harder to forage, so it is nice to eat. Third edit, for those asking why dog food, it was just a recommendation, and it was 1987. We were using external frame packs. MREs were hella expensive, and RE wasn't really a thing yet. A lot of the hikers I was with were wearing gigantic cleated hiking boots that weighed like 4 pounds each, and if you bent over, a dinosaur ran up behind you and bit you in the ass. Things are way better now. Edit the fourth. On a serious note, thank you all for the upvotes. Some indigenous tribes eat clay in small amounts due to the minerals and texture. Wendy's Frosties contain kaolinite, which is a clay eater, getting a lot of requests for a sauce, since it doesn't seem to be on the published ingredients list. I was told this by a geology professor who had tested it. Interestingly enough, Kaopectate, an anti-diarrhea medication, was originally formulated with kaolinite before it was replaced with atapuljite. Atapuljite would eventually be banned by the FDA due to high levels of lead. The little stickers on the fruit you buy in the store. Even the glue for them are FDA approved. I eat stickers all the time, dude. Just be careful with the skin, it's loaded with toxins. Oddly enough, gallium up to certain weight, and a decent amount at that. Please advise. This is not a recommendation to eat it. Do your own research and make your own decisions. I do not advocate for the consumption of gallium. I'm going to eat it. You can't stop me. If something bad happens, it's all your fault. Fine, but I won't like it. Tell me how it tastes, for science. I just googled it. It's in our water. It's in our fruits, and already in our bodies. Oh god. I am going to die. AHHH. Petroleum jelly. Small amounts have been used as laxative and stool softener. My dog ate a whole little bottle of it once. Tried to do it again, when I replaced it. IDKY, but my dog goes apeshit for Vaseline. My son did this. It was quite a diaper. Methylene blue. Though it'll make your pee turn blue. That might be a funky upside, actually. It stains really badly. You can get blue underwear, blue toilet bowl, blue car seats. Most people who take methylene blue have bladder control problems. Dandelions can make a great tea. In French, dandelions are called pissenlets, which literally means piss in bed, supposedly because drinking dandelion tea makes you more likely to wet the bed. Edit, I know that dandelion comes from dandelion. Can everyone please stop commenting on this? It's a diuretic. Had a severely alcoholic patient drink 2 large bottles of mouthwash, Listerine etc. every day for about 15 years. You'd think nearly 10,000 bottles of mouthwash would kill a man, but no. At least, not very quickly. His gut health probably sucked, but his breath was fresh and minty. My little brother did this when he was like 4, well not 2 large bottles, but he swallowed like a cupful, and my mom freaked out and called poison control. They laughed and told her to have him eat some crackers or mayo. She did not find it funny. When I had my gallbladder removed a few months ago, the doc told me, apropos of nothing, I could eat the stones they let me keep. I mean, I guess they are mostly cholesterol, so it makes sense. I'm so jealous, they wouldn't let me keep mine. I got mine out when I was 12, I'm 25 now, and have nothing by which to remember my short-lived, pain-in-the-ass gallbladder. You enjoy those stones. But don't eat them, that's extremely cursed, and I can't believe the doc said that lol. Why wouldn't they let you keep them? They're yours. You made them fair and square gallbladder shaped. He probably resold them on eBay as a side business. Most venom can be safely digested if you don't have any open wounds in your mouth and digestive system. Edit, this doesn't mean you should drink venom if you can, or French kiss the next cobra. Don't put toxins in your body. There are better ways to find out if you have open wounds or ulcers in your mouth. High percentage alcohol for example, or spicy food. Please drink responsibly and only if the area where you live allows it. Too many people die of alcohol poisoning. Edit 2. Now I know what Hank Green feels like. Yeah, that's the difference between poison and venom. If it bites you and you die, it's venom. If you bite it and you die, it's poison. Pokeweed is edible if cooked properly. I remember my Bill's dad made poke salad. He said the idea is to cook most of the poison out, but leave enough for your lips to tingle. Edit, my sister is the one married to Bill, and his father is now deceased. I don't claim to know how to properly cook it, but the general consensus in the comments are 1. You only want young poke, the toxins build up with the age of the plant. 2. You want the leaves, not the roots. 3. You have to boil the poke several times, throwing out the water each time, to cook out the toxins. The tingle I mentioned apparently manifests as really bad pain in uncooked/undercooked, caused by said toxins. This is by far the most likes I've ever gotten on Reddit, so thanks to everyone so much. Playing too much Pokemon Go made me mispronounce the name of this plant just now. How do you think coughings are born? You just light up some dank pokeweed. A whole box of Nivea cream apparently. I ate an entire box of Nivea cream when I was a toddler, and the only after effect was that my poop smelled nice for a while. My biology teacher told us she likes the taste of Nivea cream, and when she uses it, she always eats a little bit. I feel like as a teacher that's something you keep to yourself, so kids don't start calling you a lotion eater. And that's not the weirdest thing she told us, so she doesn't have to fear that. Animals with rabies. Just avoid the saliva glands in that general area. Source, asked our virus professor, because a fellow student took a bite out of a dead raccoon. Source, asked our virus professor, because a fellow student took a bite out of a dead raccoon. What? Why? We wanted to know if he was in danger. Why did he bite it in the first place? He wanted to get inside it and didn't have a knife. Crocs. One of the original selling points was that, due to them being made with 100% non-toxic materials, you could boil the shoes and eat them should you find yourself stranded in the woods. I haven't tried them, but I would imagine they taste as bad as they look. I always assumed it was implied you'd cut the shoes up to fit into whatever you took that could be used for cooking. Like, I keep a small Dutch oven in my camping pack, and I don't go hiking or camping without a knife. Then again, I also don't do those activities in Crocs, because I care about my feet and ankles. I always assumed it was implied you'd cut the shoes up to fit into whatever you took that could be used for cooking. Like, I keep a small Dutch oven in my camping pack, and I don't go hiking or camping without a knife. Then again, I also don't do those activities in Crocs, because I care about my feet and ankles. Shellac. Yes. The stuff they use to seal wood. It's used in everything from fingernail polish to candy. It's secreted by a bug. Yummy. That's so weird, because one of my favorite poems is about a guy who dies from drinking shellac. Down the street the funeral goes as sobs and wails diminish. He died from drinking straight shellac, but he had a lovely finish. Stinging nettles. Stinging nettles are ducking delicious. I started foraging for them about 1.5 years ago, and they are fantastic. Filled with all kinds of vitamins and minerals too, so they are a superfood. Just make sure you soak them for 20 plus minimums, if having them raw or cook them first, to remove the stings. And they are bastards to pick and prepare regardless, as really you only want the top shoots and leaves, not the stems. But yep, they grow virtually year round here in the UK, and you can also ret the fibers to make rope and cloth from the stems. So we really should use the plant much more than we do, especially as it is a fast growing weed in many places. Also, don't pick them if they are flowering or seeding, as apparently they get crystals build up which can irritate the bladder and kidneys. But you can constantly crop the top off, so they never flower, and get a year-long source of free salad leaves/greens. C4. Not a joke. Edit, for doubters. It's not recommended, obviously, and it's not good for you to do so. But you can. Giving explosive diarrhea a new meaning. I've heard someone say blow it out your ass and I think this is what they meant. Tulips. I knew a person who ate a daffodil. Swore she wouldn't get sick when everyone told her not to eat it. She got sick and left work early. None of us were happy about that. I assumed this was a kid until you said, left work early and not school. Where were you working? Mayo. Hydrogen peroxide. I found out this tasteless liquid is used to induce vomit in certain situations and can be digested. I learned this during Hurricane Irma in Florida. My wife decided to put it in a unlabeled water bottle next to other water bottles. We had no electricity, and I was thirsty. About 3/4 into the bottle, foam started coming out of my ears and eyes, and all I can smell was the slightly stinky foot aroma it gives off. I called poison control, and they assured me I wouldn't die. I wouldn't recommend it though. Silica gel packets. I was told that it was rat poison. Edit, damn. All this delicious karma, and it goes to my alt account. My wife freaked out and called poison control when my kid tried to eat one. Told us they are non-toxic and just don't want kids choking on them. So can confirm. CUM. Kinda weird how this very protein/sugar/DNA rich item can be eaten without just making you feel ill. Edit, the consensus from this has been that food had DNA and hoes get fat. It's mostly just water. I remember back in the day I saw 4chan doing the math for science and coming to the conclusion that technically it is possible to live only on CUM for macronutrients, but there is just way too much water in it to do it. Yes, that was their only issue with the idea. I'm going to combine every ingredient mentioned in here into one hearty meal. and see what happens. Human meat, petroleum, mercury, asbestos, WD-40, green crayons, Nivea cream, your own shit, gold, Listerine, rat poison, cum, glow sticks, silica gel packets, toilet paper, and finally, ass. Side dish, original Crocs, pussy, urine, C4, donkey teeth, a whole beehive, pine trees, northerners, kiwi skin, dandelion, stinging nettles, and hydrogen peroxide.